Local economy on course for further growth. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rikisha St. Louis. The Grenada economy will grow for a fifth consecutive year in 2017, it has been announced. Delivering the traditional throne speech to signal the start of a new session of Parliament, Governor-General Dame Cecile Lagrenade announced that it was another year of growth.
Additionally, public finances have improved, public debt has been reduced significantly, and our country is on a sustainable medium-term growth path. Our country's flagship social protection program has been strengthened, and the unemployment rate is steadily declining.
Dame Cecile says the economy is now being better managed.
Indeed, from a fiscal standpoint, a paradigm shift has occurred in Grenada with the emergence of a new culture of fiscal responsibility and accountability. My government is better managing its public finances. It is carefully weighing the implications of its fiscal actions and is adhering to the fiscal rules and strengthening the monitoring of fiscal risks as required by the Fiscal Responsibility Law.
The government of Grenada says it has begun attempts to solve the issue of pensions. The Keith Mitchell-led administration has promised to reinstate pension for public servants that was done away with in 1983. Governor-General Dame Cecile Lagrenade says pension reinstatement is a top priority for the government.
On the issue of pension, my government continues to work with a sense of purpose to resolve the matter once and for all. A pension secretariat has been established and a database of the records of all former and current public workers who are eligible for pension has been developed.
The Governor-General says a lot of preparatory work to pave the way for the reinstallation has begun.
Cost estimates and the mechanics for payments are being analyzed. The resolution of the pension issue is a complex public policy matter that requires a great deal of collaborative efforts. However, my government, in spite of the enormity of the task, is steadfast in its commitment to settle the issue of pension.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then started the story here, babe. Crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office.
A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has described the throne speech delivered by Governor-General Dame Cecile Lagrenade as a well-rounded presentation that every Grenadian should be proud of as they anticipate the reading of the 2018 budget.
I'm very excited about what I clearly have heard, and I think you should look forward to the budget, because the budget will now speak to how we implement the themes on the throne speech.
The outlook for 2018 looks promising as it entails a string of reformations. Dr. Mitchell said reformation is essential to the growth of the economy and to attract investors.
In life, you always have to be reforming. In everything you do in life. In sports, if the West Indies Cricket Board does not reform, our cricket will die. So if we do not reform the agricultural sector, how my father and grandfather used to perform, do agriculture, can be the same now. So you have to reform if you want to be able to get the kind of investment and to also attract the young people. So reform has to be a constant word in almost everything. You must reform your healthcare system if you hope to provide a level of healthcare services in the 21st century. So education, there must be a reform. The mindset that we had about education before, we're just getting degrees and getting certificates. Yes, you need to get those, but you have to train people for practical activities in the society.
Private sector representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali, is also pleased with the Governor General's speech. He's particularly excited about government's plans to address tax and fiscal issues that may directly impact the private sector.
One of the key things for us is predictability, and for us to be able to plan ahead so that we could keep the environment and keep our workers and our businesses, of course, progressing from one and growing. So we look forward to those kind of things coming out in the budget, and we expect that the Prime Minister again will elucidate what it is from a strategic and operational point of view they want to do. Of course, we always tell the Prime Minister, be careful of the taxes, because as you know, the private sector...
You must have taxes to run the country
Of course, but not too much. And we both sides understand the balance.
Yes.
And that's the National Report. I am Rikisha St. Louis.